All right, there we are. Hello, Justin Norris. How are you doing today? Oh, I was hoping to catch them off guard by saying hi early. Probably put all of the... Can I select all of the non-header text? Is there a way to do that? How to select all non-header text in Google Docs. Control Alt Shift. Press E, press O. Control Alt Shift E O. There we go. I think that'll do. After all, I still get my outline. Yep, that'll do fine. Hello, Justin Norris. Welcome in. So it appears that the reason I hadn't found it before when I went looking on Google Docs is it does not have that option on Opera GX. It is only on Google Chrome. That has the voice option bit, as it turns out. Yep, it is not an option on the Opera GX. Chromiums don't count. It has to be Google Chrome. But I now know what to look for. File. It's tools. Voice typing. Yep. There we go. I should copy that and move it to its next section. And I should also move this down to include disclaimer. Turns paragraph. Congratulations, Justin. I need to write out the perspective. Who's going to be talking for humanity first? How do you feel about the section of the story you wrote? Let's see. Bold. I found this way too hilarious not to keep this as the term. We're the UPS. I was laughing at the acronym for the humanitarian government that we have right now, the United Peoples of Seoul, which acronyms out to UPS. It's a delivery company here in the United States. What should I call them? Stephanie, welcome back in. How are you doing today? I hope you're having an awesome one. I had a name for the old character. Where did I keep my character lists? This is gonna bother me. It was Rhea Holmes. That's the name. Oh, getting close to your second round of editing. Very nice. Well, I mean, let's try it. Let's do the experiment. Let's see how this goes. The demonstration was today. It had been a long time coming. But we had finally finished humanity's first faster than light drive. Period. The megastructure sat in the outer orbit of Earth, comma, 10 kilometers, a 10-kilometer radius by 1 kilometer depth by 2-kilometer width ring. Period. It would take almost an entire day for ships preparing for departure to reach the necessary speeds upon entry. Speeds necessary to properly utilize the gate's warp amplification. Period. Right now, comma, the best we could do is magnify the speed of ships passing by 100 times. Period. Let's see. Oh dear, doing research right now. And turns out with the first battle, I'm assuming that's going to be he, will witness in World War I is the first battle of Ypres. First trench warfare style battle and really bad. I see. You know, obviously it brings it back to a harsher editing, but I don't mind this. The translator is pretty okay. The transcriber is pretty okay. And yeah, I feel like this could actually help save a lot of time. Pretty handy. Bringing our effective deployment speeds travel speeds to 5 times light. And the warp bubble that encases vessels passing through only has enough stability to last up to Checking how far the... Okay. So how far... is Pluto in light time? So about, okay. We'll call it 2 hours. And so they can make it to half the speed of light. And then it gets multiplied by 5. Oh. How long does it take to reach the fastest speed a spaceship can go? Okay. Fastest spaceship can go about 3. Okay. What is the fastest acceleration a human can survive? What acceleration can humans withstand? There we go. 4 to 6 Gs. Okay. So let's say it's 5 Gs. Okay. What is 5 Gs acceleration in mph? Okay. In a vacuum. All right, let's see. That's not really proving helpful. Acceleration by time speed calculator. Inertial speed, let's say it's 0. Final speed, it's getting multiplied by 100, so what is the speed of light in square feet? I mean in feet per second. Okay, that's a lot. 0.01. Okay, there we go. Now we have a number. It would be 9835711. Jeez. 9835711. Okay, we have, well, and then we have an acceleration. G is what? What is... Okay, about 32. Okay, so, well, 32.2, so that would be times 5. 32.2 times 5 should be 1601. $161. There was no 01. 161. Okay. So 161 feet per second. And okay, so now we have that, and we want to multiply that because I want to go about 5 times the speed of light. So 61091.4 times and that's seconds, so let's divide it by 60 to get minutes. 1,000. Okay. Divide that again to get hours. Okay, so that's just at the speed of light. Well, that's okay. The speed of light works, but let's say we're doubling it, and we have some way to kind of cushion people. But yeah, okay. That kind of keeps nicely though. It's 16.7 hours at 5 Gs of acceleration from 0 to the speed that we would want. Okay. Dang. Upon further research, he will not participate in the first battle of Ypres. All right. And oh, let's get back into this. An hour. Do. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to just ship that into the next one. Okay. How to approach this now? Alright. Yeah, this is gonna need a lot of editing, but that's fine. All gonna get edited in the end anyway. Let's see. Hmm. Do. Arun would be there with me at the podium, comma. Once we let's see. Covered the particulars, comma, where the gate would be able to send ships, comma, at what times, comma, and at what speeds, period. We'd discuss the next project of Soul. How, in a few years' time, we would be mining our projections would have us nearly completed mining a full 10th of the asteroid belts and ready to begin construction of orbital, comma, space-faring worlds. Period. Humanity would be taking their first true steps towards claiming the entirety of our home system. Period. In a decade's time, comma, the final frontier would be laid bare to all. Period. Hello, the Shuttle Legion. How are you doing? Welcome in. I have this is actually an experiment stream. I am seeing how I like this voice to text. It is the one that comes installed in Google's Docs. And it's not usable on like Opera GX or Firefox or presumably Office, but on specifically Google Chrome, you can go in, very specifically Google Chrome, you can go into Tools and select voice typing. And that brings up this to use. And I have decided to use it to kind of like help with my drafting. It's not super clean, but it is better than I expected, to be honest. So I'm pretty okay with it, actually. I think I might be using it a lot more often. And once I get more comfortable with it, I'll start using the accents of the characters as I'm doing the stories. Do you have to indent yourself, like paragraphs, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not really designed for that. You also have to say, like, your commas and periods. Yeah. Like, as you can see, it's not putting in any apostrophes or anything else. And sometimes it makes errors. But even then, like, because I don't plan to keep this in this voice, like, it's very much telling, not showing. But this is a drafting for me right now. I have not decided on how I want to take this section of the story. And talking it out is getting the imagery of it in my head before I have to like go back and tell it and show it rather than tell it. But right now I'm kind of like telling it to myself as I come up with it. And that's, yeah, I kind of like the program so far. It's pretty okay. It's going to leave more that I have to edit type thing, but I don't mind it. You were talking in my Google Docs? What? It shouldn't be taking from your audio. It should only be taking from your mic. That's strange. Oh. Sorry. That sucks. Thank you for the follow, the Shadow Legion. By the way, have you been having a good day? I hope you have. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So what are you writing? You're thinking of writing a fantasy or sci-fi? Gotcha. And a plot particulars in mind so far? Like, what kind of story do you want to write? Sure enough, Haroon was there at the podium and gave me a warm smile as soon as I arrived. Period. While his position couldn't allow him to show it too publicly, he and many biosynths had proven to be stalwart friends and great pillars that I've relied on through my term. In the beginning of the book, these two main characters, brother and sisters, mothers, died. In the beginning of the book, these two main characters, who are brothers and sisters, mother died. Brothers and sisters and mother, or brother... The two main characters who are brother and sister had their mother die. Is that what you're saying? And these Shadow Legions come and take over the world. They try to steal these jumpsuits, which are made by a company called Suit Up. Okay. So the main character's mother dies by a Shadow Legion that is coming to take over the world. And they, the main characters, steal the jumpsuits from Suit Up, presumably to fight the Shadow Legion. Right? Backwards. The Legion is taking the jumpsuits. Gotcha. Okay. So the Shadow Legion wants the... And the Shadow Legion just kind of takes over worlds as its nature. Like, what's their benefit to it? Like, are they forces of hell type thing, or what? Out of curiosity. I love myself a good villain. Like, I always love knowing how the villains work in stories. Gotcha. USP that the mother had, and the Legion is looking to open a portal. Gotcha. So, like, right now it's more of like an insurgency, because they're trying to get suits and the USB and open a portal, and then, like, the true invasion will begin. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. There we go. Ending as a cliffhanger. Zane, the brother, gets trapped in the portal and recognizes someone he knows. Okay. Interesting. Fair enough. Ugh. Sleepy. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I assumed it would be his mother. I walked up to the podium without pause, comma, my posture and stride conveying a confidence I only marginally felt. Period. Turning into the camera, comma, the backdrop of mankind's greatest achievement behind me, comma, I began my speech. Period. Quote, today, humanity enters a new era, comma. Today, at last, we break the light barrier of travel and take our first steps towards claiming our intergalactic cradle. Period. Construction guilds, comma, regional efforts, comma, colonial petitions, comma, and automation factories have begun to ramp up production as we now, comma, today, comma, begin sending ships to the asteroid belt. Our first task is to build the infrastructure to support new gates as relays. Period. And while it takes us almost a day to reach the speeds necessary to send personnel, comma, materials and automation can be launched via railgun relays. Excuse me. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that with your mic. Once the personnel is there to direct our efforts, comma, components and key construction materials can be sent at regular intervals, day in, comma, day out, period. By next year, we will have 3 more gates prepared. for use, comma. And within the decade, we will have the infrastructure to build sorry. I was holding in the yawn so that I would not go into the mic with it. Spacefaring cities, the likes which we could only have imagined. Period.
And his name is John C.
Ba-ba-dum-bum. Thank you for the John Cena redeem, Justin Norris. Much appreciated. You know, I actually am liking this a lot. Like, yes, it's coming out rough, for sure. But I don't think I can remember a time where I've been able to draft so quickly, because it's just, when I'm saying it, somehow it seems to feel like I'm telling a story around a campfire. And it's not going to be as good as, like, my finished drafts by any means, but it's helping to get the idea out, I think, would be the way to put it. So, is that for your... Oh, I suppose it'll be a sci-fi fantasy mix, because the Shadow Legion. How does the Shadow Legion's, like, supernatural work, since you're basing it in a sci-fi? Alright, I will correct my posture. Give me one moment. Correcting my lumbar pillow. Correcting the seat cushion. And correcting posture. Thank you for the posture check, Justin Norris. Much appreciated. In our lifetimes, comma, many of us have had to witness the struggle and strife of repairing Earth after the climate crisis. Period. Our efforts in terraforming, comma, healing, comma, and repairing our truest homeworld were long, comma, expensive, comma, and painful. Period. Now, comma, we are able to take what we have learned, comma, and move towards a brighter future. Period. While efforts will continue for terraforming the planets and moons suited to us, comma. We will no longer be constrained to the terrestrial. Exclamation point. These new mega cities will have the gravity, comma, stability, comma, and self-sufficiency to maintain a standard living for all its inhabitants until the day our sun dies. Exclamation point. The future is now! Exclamation point. Let us walk into the future. It as one! Exclamation point. I think that'll do. Yeah, it's gonna need some cleaning up, but I think that'll do. What do you think, chat? Does that feel like a decent speech? Sleepy. Sorry, chat. I've been rather tired lately. Dang, I got all of that in with just talking casually compared to like my don't. Wow, I'm pretty happy with that actually. Like, yes, this is 18 font, but oh, that reminds me, Justin. Hang on. I need to do something before I finish up stream. Let's see, let's see. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay, let's go with custom. And we're going to add a command. And I'm going to We're going to troubleshoot this so that we can make this a lot more simple. Okay, let's get that. That should be fine. And then why is it? Hang on, come on. There we go. All right, let's test this. Follow raid. I mean, that's not exactly what I meant to be, but it works. Sub raid. Okay, that does not work. Interesting. I will have to troubleshoot that out later and see how my friends... Oh, so copying it... Does Nightbot not have sub-permissions? Well, I mean, as long as it works. Okay. If it works, it works. Cool. So those will be our raid messages. And now I have commands for it. I can troubleshoot why Nightbot doesn't have that, but for now, that's good. Let's see who is available for raid. We'll be raiding Coffee Quills today. They're a pretty cool and chill writing streamer. As always, thank you so very much for everyone who tuned in today. I always greatly appreciate it. You all have an amazing day. Happy time zone. And stay awesome.